When it comes to conflict resolution, one of the things that we've heard from clients over the years is, wow, you guys are miracle workers. Well, that's a really nice compliment. Let's try to examine that for a moment, shall we? I mean, we're miracle workers. So what's a miracle? Well, I'm a scientist, I'm a doctor. We look at science. So a miracle is something that's inexplicable. A miracle is something that some people would say is supernatural, or just something that makes you go, oh, wow, how'd you do that? The thing is, there's science behind conflict resolution. So we're going to use the science because that's what we do at Aararat. We use a medical approach to the social sciences. We're going to teach you the science behind conflict resolution from a medical perspective, and you're going to look like a miracle worker because you're going to be able to perform miracles that every manager, senior leader, or CEO wishes they could perform. Because the number one complaint with management or senior leaders, or specifically people who own a company or they're the president or the CEO and they have all the responsibility on their shoulders, the number one complaint of people in those positions is, how do I just get everyone to get along? How do I get everybody singing from the same songbook? Or how do I get everybody playing on the same team? Because that's what management is. Management is getting people to work together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all of these different people. And yet, virtually every one of us that ascended or got promoted to a high level of management, we got promoted because we were pretty good at whatever the company did. We were good at procedures or protocols. And we proved ourselves. So somehow, and this is kind of crazy if you think about it, we then got promoted to a management position, but when we're in management, we're not doing those procedures or protocols anymore. What we're doing is we're managing people, and people are incredibly complex organisms. And if we're not taught anything about the social sciences, specifically psychology and sociology, if we don't have a background in that, and if we weren't trained in that, then you know what? We're going to find management an extremely frustrating thing, because our job is to help people get along so they can be productive in those same procedures and protocols that the company performs for the sake of being productive, for the sake of making a profit. So if we said this backwards, a company will not be profitable if it's not productive. A company will not be productive if its people are in conflict. When you ascend to a management position, you're no longer doing the procedures or protocols, whatever the company is supposed to be doing productively. You're no longer doing that. You are now managing people. But if you haven't had any training in the social sciences, specifically psychology and sociology, then you know what? It's going to be really frustrating. We take a medical approach to the social sciences. And when we do, people go, wow, you guys are miracle workers. But we're not. We're just applying science. So here's the miracle that we talked about at the end of the 4th segment of our 10 Commandments of Conflict Resolution. The miracle is getting people to repeat things back, except now we're not talking about the two parties in conflict repeating back what each other said, as was explained in the previous video. Now we're talking about you, the person who is the adjudicator or the referee, if you like, you repeating things back. And the reason that we're going to want to do that is because of something that I talked about in the very first video. It's the biochemistry of a feedback loop.